Now, I lived on this big farm until I think I moved away when I was in the third grade. I'm not sure. My father, during the Depression, my Uncle Sanford worked for the John Deere company in Springfield, Ohio. And he was laid off during the Depression. So my father loaned him. I always tagged along with my dad.
Uh-huh.
I hated inside. Margie was a cook and a housekeeper and so on.
Yeah.
But I was always being my dad's buddy.
Yeah.
I milked cows by hand, fed cows, went after horses.
Uh-huh.
He had, I can just remember when the Depression came, but he had over 400 sheep when I was little.
Wow, I didn't know
And
that.
I'd always take a baby lamb
Uh-huh.
as mine and cuddle it and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And then when we had them sheared, and they were taken to Columbus, Ohio, and made into wool stuff. And when I graduated from high school, I went to live with a widowed lady that her father had sheared my father's sheep.
No kidding.
She took it someplace in Florida, in Columbus, and had it made into sheets. And I have a wool blanket, that I made while I was living with Grace Beebe. When I graduated from high school, I went to work in Columbus at what was the Farm Bureau then, it became Nationwide, and I lived with her and her two sons. February the 26th of 1943 is when I first met Ernest. No, it was probably 44 because I graduated in May of 43. And so 44, I met Ernest. He was home on leave. Then he got discharged, and shortly after that was a man and wife. He was going to Ohio State. And when the war broke out, of course, I guess almost all the young men at that age, he dropped out of college and enlisted in the service in the Navy. Yes, I started working out of high school with the Farm Bureau and worked at, which became Nationwide.
Yeah.
And I actually retired in 71. And I went to the doctor, and I felt fine. That evening, my water broke, and off to the hospital I went, and recuperated at my cousin Jane Beale's. Jane and I were closer, actually, than I ever was to my sister Marjorie. I was a tomboy and outdoor person. My mother was a very strong-willed, strong person, and we ended up in Mount Pleasant because she opened up a home for the pensioners. Now it would be called senior living or something or other. Well, this is Grandma. I just wondered how you have weathered the storms. I'm doing okay. I hope you are, and Elise is okay too. Nothing special going on here.